1 Jamie Osborne. Number 6 on the card is Data, 12-1 with Shane Ryan. Embellished, 16-1 Paul Carberry. Eckhart Feig, 12-1 David Bridgewater. Gazalani, 33-1 Donald Bromley. Handwoven, 50-1 and Chris Maud. Number 11 is Holders Hill, 33-1 John Short. Iktisab, 100-1 Jim Cullity. Much Too High, 200-1 Dean Gallagher. Multi Blinkered, 100-1 Warren Marston. Visor for the first time, R. Chris, down to 10-1 Mick Fitzgerald. The ground's right today. Paddy's Return is Blinkered for the first time, 8-1 Richard Dunwoody. Reaganesque, 50-1 Philip Hyde. Revelon for Germany, 100-1 Klaus Huitt. Shifting Moon, 100-1 Joe Lodder. Solatium doesn't run, Tonnerre does. That's the Mount of A.D. Smith, 33-1. Blinkered, Tragic Hero, 25-1 Jonathan Lohr. Zabadi, 9-1 Tony McCoy. Born to be Wild, 50-1 Graham Bradley. Debutante Days holds favourite, 13-2 Jason Titlismant. Number 25 on the card. 26 is Hatter Breeze, 14-1 Richard Johnson. Lady Arpel, 28-1 Francis Woods. Last Spin, Blinkered, 150-1 Sean Fox. Magical Lady for Ireland, 8-1 Charlie Swan. The lineup completed by Miss Dingret, 14-1 Carl Llewellyn. That's the lineup. It's the Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. 29, Face the Starter.
Out they come, the Cavaliers, with one more day left to try and take Festival Glory. You saw Richard Dunwoody, who's got the biggest responsibilities of all. He rides Paddy's Return here, and there's plenty of Paddies who are hoping to return in glory. And they'll claim one man as their own, as he was actually bred at Fettered down there in County Tipperary. John Oaksey and John Frankham.
The Daily Express Triumph Hurdle, just about, I've always thought, the most impossible race, the most impossible puzzle to solve of the whole meeting. I don't really know why that should be so, because the horses are all the same age. The trouble is they're so young, they're so comparatively inexperienced as hurdlers that you do get some rare old upsets. Mind you, you get some form horses as well. My Sylve, of course, started favourite, hot favourite, and won nicely. Persian War was one of the best horses to win this race, and one of the only, in fact, I think the only one who went on to win the champion hurdle after it.
In a few moments, Cheltenham too will pay its tribute in silence to those dreadful happenings in Dunblane yesterday.
This is put in now the 6-1 favourite from 8-1, and it's almost the most open Triumph Hurdle ever. The Beecham Grace was 13-2 favourite 2 years ago. Magical Lady 15-2 has touched 9-1 with 9 Paddy's Return on the slide. Zabadi, not much money for that. Chris is pretty solid at 11-1. S. Carter Feig not moving at 12. Out to 14-1 Data, Hatter Breeze and Miss Dangay, and Dan Jing has come in a couple of points with 20-1 Embellished and 25-1 Bar. And I must ask you, greatest jockey, one big race you never rode the winner of, but you were beaten on 5 favourites in the Triumph Hurdle. Why was that, great one?
Well, it wasn't through lack of trying, Big Mac. Plenty of people thought that I should have won it one year on one of Neville Callahan's horses, whose name, actually, I can't remember at the moment. I expect it's right on the tip of Neville's tongue. And Royal Vulcan, that was the name of the horse. But it's one of those races. Very often, you know, 4-year-olds at this time of year, they can...
Coming for some criticism from his starts here in the first 2 days. Let them go. And they've got 2 miles, 1 furlong in front of them, and through the first furlong. Liston Getty showing up prominently. Also Magical Lady through on the inside. Zabadi and Celtic Law, and they're at the first now. And it's the Irish, and we have a faller at the first. And it looks as if Deviton Days is a faller at the first, and so too is Big Treat. 2 down and out at the first. And also from the faller at the first is Data. 3 went at the first, and going to be pulled up is Born to Be Wild. That's out of the race too. So they come down towards the second, and Magical Lady and the German runner Revaillon who share the pace. Chris tracking well third, the inside Celtic Law 4, out wide Last Spin 5. Then we have Handwoven in 6 and Tonnerre 7. Icta Savage racing in 8 and Reagan Esquire in 9. And we have a faller there in Chris has gone, Amlar has gone, and Claire Swan has gone. So 6 fallers here, and they've only jumped 2, and it's the German runner Revaillon who leads. Magical Lady second, Last Spin third, Celtic Law 4, Handwoven 5, Reagan-esque 6. Then Liston Get is racing in 7, Multi the outside 8, Ictisab 9, and then behind that one is Shifting Moon in 10. Well down the pack is Danjing. Escada Figue is making a bit of ground. Zabad is well off the pace, so too is Holders Mill and Tragic Hero as they race away from the stands.
And it's the German Raider Revaillon that leads. Zabadi well back in the field at the moment, so is Escada Figue, but they're still with them at least as they take the first down the back. And the leader, it's Revaillon, out clear of Magical Lady in a good position in second place under Charlie Swan. Last Spin is back in third, and then Celtic Law towards the inside as they rise over the next, and at it Revaillon didn't get very high and kicked out the top bar. Magical Lady landed in second, Celtic Law towards the inside, Reagan-esque is getting closer, Misting get towards the outside. Paddy's Return is in a handy position on the outside of Gazzalani as they take the next. Slight mistake there by Handwoven, who's now being pushed along, and now they begin to rise on the far side. A longish run towards flight number 6, and it's Revaillon out in front under Klaus Wied by a length and a half to Magical Lady in second. Misting Gwet in the blue and orange jacket towards the outside, Celtic Law towards the inside and noseband, Reagan-esque in red and white stripes, and then Gazzalani, Handwoven the inside then from Ictazad. The one at the top of the hill at which Magical Lady made a mistake, but survives as they now climb to the top of the hill in this Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. It's Revaillon from Magical Lady. Celtic Law moves up into third place, the inside of Misting Gwet. Gazzalani is improving onto the heels of the leaders as now they stream towards the top of the hill, and it's still Revaillon out in front from Magical Lady as they begin the run down towards the second last.
And 5 of the 6 jockeys associated with the falls over the first 2 flights of hurdles are on their feet, and Eugene Husband's being treated down at the first flight of hurdles. But it's Revaillon really blazing a trail. They've hit the summit, they're coasting down the hill now towards the second from home in the Daily Express Triumph on the inside. Magical Lady making ground is Zabadi. Look at this, Escada Figue on the black and white colours on the extreme left. Embellished is coming with a bit of a run too, and they've crossed the second from home, and it's Revaillon on the outside, Magical Lady, Escada Figue in black and white. Embellished is travelling as well as any. Then behind these Zabadi in yellow. These are followed by Misting Get as they come down past the elbow and heading for home now. Also from the back, Hatterbury starts a run. It's a wide open race, and it's going to be toughness that tells here as Magical Lady just heads the front. Magical Lady from Misting Get in the blue and orange, and would you believe it, Embellished was brought down there. Hatterbury is out wide, and Paddy's Return is coming with a run. This is the final flight, Magical Lady and Paddy's Return, and out wide Hatterbury and Misting Get, and then comes Escada Figue, and it's going to be Paddy's Return who powers up the hill, and Paddy's Return, the orange cap into the lead. Paddy's Return it is from Magical Lady in second, and Misting Get it up towards the line. It's Paddy's Return who lifts the Daily Express. Paddy's Return, Magical Lady, Misting Get second in turn in a photo. Then came home Hatterbury, Escada Figue, Gazzalani, and then came Zabadi in front of Ictasab, and then Revaillon, Handwoven, and Danjing, and after that one Tragic Hero, followed by Reagan-esque, and behind Reagan-esque much too high. And then we had Hodder Mill with the back markers including Lady Arkell, also well towards the back is a Nulty, and one of the last to finish will be Last Spin. Tonnerre was also well at the back as well, and so a steward's inquiry, not surprisingly, is called to the outcome of this, the Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. But going past the post, it was Paddy's Return who's won the day. Paddy's Return in the colours of Mr. P. O'Donnell, trainer outsider. Allegation 66-1, Visor today, Jonathan Lowe rides. Balasani 50-1 is partnered by Chris Moore. Better Times Ahead 6-1, one of the 2 great greys from Gordon Richards trained yard running here today. Cyborga 7-1, David Bridgewater. Derry Moyle holds favourite 7-2, Mark Dwyer's mount. Halkapus having his first run of the year. Often runs well fresh, 20-1 Pigeon Niven. Hebridean 25-1 Richard Johnson. Moldboard 14-1 Mick Fitzgerald. Mudahim 50-1 Warren Marston. Seeking Cash 6-1 Graham Bradley on horse number 10. Number 11 is Silver Wedge, who's visored 6-1 with Jamie Osborne. Simpson is 33-1 Carl Llewellyn. Solo Gent 300-1 Sean Curran. Teos Blinkard 100-1. Favourite for the Derby, you know, once upon a time. Tom Jenks rides. Tiananmen Square is 9-1 with Charlie Swan on board. Time for a Run doesn't take part. Ran yesterday. Top Spin is 100-1. Tony McCoy rides. Treble Bob 7-1. Richard Dunwoody. Mysil 14-1. And that's ridden by Jim McCarthy today. The lineup completed by What a Question 25-1 with Conor O'Dwyer.
He's got a fairly big task in front of him. Eye catchers for us. It was also having his first run this afternoon. Cyborgo took our eye on the way to the post and in the paddock. Treble Bob. Balasani didn't impress, and he wasn't too popular with the punters either.
Program. 12 flights of hurdles to jump and Seeking Cash taking a turn there. Teos had to be led in. And Seeking Cash well out the back in Silver Wedge, and also Treble Bob, and Teos is going to be led in again, Hebridean. So the starter's asking him to take a turn.
Yeah, let the vet have a look at it. Now just take a turn because the vet's got a look at this horse.
So
back to you, Graham.
And once again, Teos is being led in down at the start. Simpson taking a turn.
Now just pull your heads off the tape there. Pull them off.
So they're racing for the bonus Prince Stayers hurdle, and they've got 12 flights of hurdles to jump, and it's plenty of pace on in the race for Seeking Cash and Silver Wedge, and through on the inside Cyborgo. They're the front three to show. Solo Gent is out wide as they come down to the first.
At which it was Cyborgo that took off and landed just in front from Seeking Cash and Silver Wedge. Mysil settled back into fourth place. She often makes the running. Further to go today, though. What a Question is next. Solo Gent towards the outside. Halkapus towards the rear with Balazani as they take the second. Slight mistake there by Mysil. But the leader is still Cyborgo, coming back from a long absence. Out in front from Silver Wedge, then Seeking Cash and What a Question, the Irish mare towards the outside of another mare, Mysil, as they take the third. The grey Better Times Ahead was next, and then Solo Gent in the midfield. Very slow to stride here was Tiananmen Square, and Mudahim is a faller. Is out the back, Mudahim, I should say, as they climb on towards the far side, and it's Cyborgo out in front from Silver Wedge, and then in third then is Seeking Cash, Myself the inside, Better Times Ahead and What a Question. Solo Gent next, Derry Moyle towards the inside as they take the flight climbing towards the top of the hill, and it's Cyborgo that continues to show the way then from Silver Wedge and Seeking Cash and Myself and What a Question, and then Better Times Ahead and Teos now improving the outside. Derry Moyle is next from Mudahim, the outside of Solo Gent and Hebridean. Back then to Tiananmen Square and Halkapus as they begin to run downhill.
So at the top of the hill on the far side of the track, and they're still being towed along by Cyborgo. Cyborgo and David Bridgewater from in second place, Silver Wedge. Then we have Seeking Cash racing third, and Mysil the inside in four. These are followed through by What a Question, and that's racing wide on the track. Mudahim is following that. The grey Better Times Ahead, Derry Moyle holding a good position the inside midfield. Treble Bob, one of the big gambles in the race, is well down the pack. Solo Gent just starting to drop away. Simpson is towards the back, and as they cross that flight of hurdles, the back marker plumb last is Allegation. And so they continue the descent towards the dog leg, which leads them towards flight number 6, and it's Cyborgo that leads the way. Under David Bridgewater, Cyborgo it is, clear by a length and a half to Silver Wedge. Seeking Cash the outside, travelling powerfully. Mysil the inner, then What a Question, followed by Better Times Ahead. Derry Moyle the inside, then we have Halkapus and Mudahim, and out wide is Teos, who's had one or two reminders. Looks like a bit of a monkey, that chap. Then we have Solo Solo Gent and Hebridean, with Balasani followed by Cheltenham Square. Treble Bob with a lot of work to do, tops him with it, 2 lengths back then to Moldboard, who's last with 3 allegation, and the back marker is Simpson. So they swing left-handed past the stands, but it's still Cyborgo that's putting the pace to the race, to Silver Wedge in second, and then the outside Seeking Cash, travelling with that giant stride. Then My Sylviana scuttling along. Then we have What a Question and Better Times Ahead, and How Caboose making a bit of ground, with Solo Gent, Teos out wide, Hebridean racing along. Then we have Tiananmen Square, and behind that one Balasani, Mudehim. Under pressure is Treble Bob, and then Top Spin, and Simpson is tailing off.
Yes, Treble Bob is not travelling at all. Cyborgo cleared the next with a length and a half's advantage from What a Question on the outside. The orange and black of Silver Wedge, Seeking Cash making almost a line of 4 as they head down the back straight. My Sylv chases them in 5th place from Derry Moore, handily positioned on the inside in 6th from Better Times Ahead, and then How Caboose as now they head back towards flight number 9, and it's Seeking Cash that heads Cyborgo for the first time. Seeking Cash, Cyborgo, What a Question towards... Oh, Seeking Cash stumbled there and went into that flight leading and landed in 5th place. Bad mistake. Cyborgo back in front from What a Question. My Sylv's running a good race in 3rd place, and then Silver Wedge back in 4th. Derry Moyle is getting closer in 5th. Seeking Cash trying to make up the lost ground towards the outside. How Caboose is next, and then Better Times Ahead at the flight at the top of the hill, and it was Cyborgo flat to the boards in front from in 2nd place. What a Question travelling well. My Sylv is 3rd. Silver Wedge in 4th. Derry Moyle is inching closer with every stride into 5th place. How Caboose through to 6th now. Those are the leading half dozen. They're chased by Seeking Cash, Better Times Ahead, and then the improving Tiananmen Square.
So they've gone over the summit, and still Cyborgo shows the way, having his first run of the season, being pushed along by David Bridgewater, the leader. Black Cap, My Sylv, pink colours, What a Question there, 1, 2 and 3 in the bonus Prince Stayers, 2 lengths back to Silver Wedge. Then we have Derry Moyle, How Caboose, Better Times Ahead, Seeking Cash, Tiananmen Square and Top Spin. They race down the hill towards the second last, and it's My Sylv who's come through to take it up on the outside of Cyborgo. They're in the air together, touchdown together. Now My Sylv with speed, and she's gone 2 in front of Cyborgo. What a game mare this is, running in the champion hurdle 2 days ago, 3 miles a trip today, and she holds the aces. But Cyborgo is being given a tremendous ride on the right by David Bridgewater, and it's going to be Stamina now. Back in 3rd place is What a Question, and then under pressure is Derry Moyle. They come down towards the final flight, and it's the Black Caps. My Sylv on the right is Cyborgo, and they're locked in combat. One to jump, My Sylv, Cyborgo. Cyborgo, My Sylv, they're at the final flight now. Again, they're absolutely stride for stride, and My Sylv will not give in. Cyborgo's coming back at her once again. My Sylv pulls out more, and Cyborgo is running, and they're absolutely stride for stride. And Cyborgo and My Sylv, and Cyborgo's just inching into the lead by a head, by a neck, by half. It's Cyborgo. Cyborgo wins it from My Sylv in 2nd. Then we have What a Question 3rd, followed by Derry Moyle. Then Silver Wedge and Better Times Ahead, followed through by Top Spin after that with Allegation. And behind Allegation came Seeking Cash, and then came Treble Bob and Solo Gent and Balasani, and How Caboose and Mudahim Simpson was being pulled up. And looking back, I can see Moldboard is being pulled up, and so the fates have finally smiled on Martin Pipe, because here's Cyborgo off the track for 364 days, has prevailed in this bonus Prince Stayers hurdle race. Grit and determination, the hallmark of a true champion. Well, there are few tougher races at the meeting than this bonus Prince Stayers, and it's been won by number 4 Cyborgo in the colours of the County Stores Somerset Holdings Limited.
Horse 7-year-old Imperial Call from County Cork. That's just 2 of a star-studded 10-runner field for the 1996 Tote Cheltenham Gold Cup. It is the climax of this Tote Cheltenham Festival, and as Her Majesty leads through to go and watch, we list the runners for this magnificent epic clash around the hills and fences of Cheltenham.
They have 22 fences to jump in this 3 1/4 mile test. They've won 92 races between them, and over £1.5 million in win and place prize money. Barton Bank is 16-1, Tony McCoy's mount. Couldn't be better, 10-1, Graham Bradley. Dublin Flyer goes from the front at 5-1 with Brendan Powell, but also a front runner, Imperial Call, 92 with Conor O'Dwyer. A rank outsider, King of the Gales at 66-1, Charlie Swan. Even bigger, Lord Relic, 100-1, David Bridgewater. Monsieur Le Curé would prefer more mud, 12-1, Jason Titley's mount. One man then is the 11-8 favourite, and that's ridden by Richard Dunwoody. Rough Quest is partnered by Mick Fitzgerald, they're 10-1. St Melian Fairway doesn't take part, but Young Hustler does, already placed in the Gold Cup at 33-1 today. Chris Maud rides.
His biggest problem is going to be whether he's going to get this trip around Cheltenham up this long finish, because at Sandown he was a very good winner, and you'll probably say, oh well, they'd got a good gallop and he had them all beat at the time, but to me he was going up and down on the spot in the last 200 yards, and that just could be where he's found out. Dublin Flyer, he's won over a distance. He's done a lot of his winning though more recently over the shorter distance, 2.5 miles. He loves it here at Cheltenham. He's a very good, sound, fast, accurate jumper, and that's going to help his cause no end.
Really magnificent. So he was our eye catcher. On the way down, I'm not surprised to hear that one man caught Graham's eye, and Dublin Flyers attracting notice in the ring.
Norman Williamson is here. How strong a gallop's this going to be? Dublin Flyer, Barton Bank, Young Hustler, how strong will they go?
Yes, I think they probably will over the first 4 or 5 fences. Imperial Call, one man as well, and they're all quite free-running horses. But after that, the jockeys will play their own tactics. If you're told to go out and make the running, well, you'll have to change plan after 4 fences if it's not going right. But I think over the first couple there could be...
For Richard Dunwoody on one man, now the horse can be very extravagant. What will he be trying to do?
I should think his big thing will just get a little bit of light. He wouldn't like to be tracking the likes of Barton Bank or anything like that, so I could see him popping out handy and going down the middle, something like that, with a little bit of light and hang on to a bit, I should think.
He went in front and killed them in the middle of the race at Sandown. Do you think that'll happen again?
I could see it happening. He's just got such a high cruising speed. Sandown, basically, once they turn down the side, nothing could lie up from then on. And if he's travelling that easy, he'll probably have to let him stride along.
Will he get home today, do you think? Who do you go for?
I think he'll take all the beating. Dublin Flyer looked magnificent in the paddock.
All right, jockeys, line up, please.
Well, I wonder what Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, has backed. There she is, with Lord Vestier and Lord Wyatt, Michael Oswald, and the Duchess of Westminster, owner of the greatest of them all. But they're lining up. Let's go.
It's a turn to Cheltenham Gold Cup, 11th way to the off one man, and it's Young Hustler who takes the early call, with Dublin Flyer racing through on the inside of the first of the 22 fences. Why have we got Couldn't Be Better, a line of 3 as they leap the first. Imperial Calls in 4. One man very wide in 5, and Barton Bank and Monsieur Le Curé, and then King of the Gales, followed by Rough Quest, and the early trailer is Lord Relic, and they come to rise at the second, and it's Dublin Flyer who gave it plenty of light, the leader. Dublin Flyer by a couple of lengths to Young Hustler in second, and Couldn't Be Better in third. Monsieur Le Curé the inside of Barton Bank, and then half a length back to Imperial Call. The Great Galloping Grey, one man, is in front of King of the Gales, and King of the Gales is in front of Rough Quest, and behind Rough Quest we have Lord Relic as they swing away towards fence number 3. And Dublin Flyer under Brendan Powell showing the way to Young Hustler, Couldn't Be Better, Barton Bank, Monsieur Le Curé, Imperial Call on one man.
On towards the third, Dublin Flyer towards the inside, the yellow sleeve jacket, Young Hustler, Couldn't Be Better, working out 3 deep, and then Imperial Call from Barton Bank, and back on the inside, the orange colours, Monsieur Le Curé, one man, and Richard Dunwoody sitting in 7th place at this stage as they head towards the next. It's the water jump, and Dublin Flyer landed in front from Young Hustler, Couldn't Be Better next, Imperial Call towards the outside of Barton Bank, and then Monsieur Le Curé from one man as they head towards an open ditch over which the leaders landed safely. Back in the field, Rough Quest, King of the Gales, and Lord Relic is a bit remote. The next is a plain fence, and it's Dublin Flyer almost joined by Young Hustler and Couldn't Be Better, and then Imperial Call. Oh, Monsieur Le Curé turns a somersault there, and the others did well to avoid the horse as they make their way on the far side. Dublin Flyer continuing to lead, and it's Dublin Flyer from Young Hustler in second, Couldn't Be Better in third. Imperial Call is next as they jump the next, and a bad mistake by Barton Bank. Barton Bank, oh, he does make mistakes around here. King of the Gales the inside, then Rough Quest, and the back marker is Lord Relic. Climbing then towards another plain fence. The fence is beginning to take their toll. Dublin Flyer out in front from Young Hustler. Then Couldn't Be Better in third. In fourth is Imperial Call. One man, the favourite's been jumping well so far on the outside of Barton Bank as they reach the top of the hill.
And begin the descent for the first time with Dublin Flyer leading. Dublin Flyer, Couldn't Be Better the outside, 1 and 2. Imperial Call tracking out wide. And then we have Barton Bank followed by One Man who just brushed through the top of that one. And they start the descent down towards the next plain fence. It's still Dublin Flyer who shows the way to Young Hustler in second, and then Couldn't Be Better in the blue and white hoops. Imperial Call on the left of the picture with the pale yellow sleeves for Ireland. They're the front four. Barton Bank and then the giant grey One Man is still in sixth place, followed by Rough Quest, and Lord Relic is a long way remote. They're going to make a left-handed turn shortly and head towards fence number 11, and as they do so, it's still Dublin Flyer under Brendan Powell for Captain Tim Forster and John Sumner who lead in the Toad Cheltenham Gold Cup. Young Hustler is second, and then Couldn't Be Better racing in third, and behind that one Imperial Call. Then Richard Dunwoody pulls One Man out wide as they take the 11th, and One Man is about 5 lengths off the pace, which is still being set by Dublin Flyer. Dublin Flyer and the Young Hustler as they come to take what will be the last next time round, and it's Dublin Flyer, Young Hustler 1 and 2. Couldn't Be Better, Imperial Call, Barton Bank and One Man, and then we have on the inside Rough Quest, well clear of the rank outsiders King of the Gales and Lord Relic, who are just struggling to go the pace. They swing left-handed and race away from the stands, and going down towards the first on this stretch of the track, fence number 13, and it's Dublin Flyer the leader. Dublin Flyer from Young Hustler, and then Couldn't Be Better and Barton Bank, and then comes Imperial Call as they descend towards the back. One Man the grey, only about 4 lengths behind.
Over the next, Dublin Flyer is trying to make all the running. He's going to try and beat them off one by one. Young Hustler on the outside, Couldn't Be Better, Imperial Call as they head back towards the water. They're going to miss a plain fence on the far side. Monsieur Le Curé still on the deck, I'm afraid, as they take the water. Barton Bank chasing in 5th place. One Man is snapping at their heels now, breathing down the leader's necks. They head back towards an open ditch. Dublin Flyer taken on by Young Hustler. Couldn't Be Better, a great jump under Graham Bradley in the blue and white jacket. Imperial Call out wide. Lord Relic's been pulled up. One Man is very close indeed. Now they're going to bypass this fence. They move out wide and moving round it. It was Young Hustler that now leads from Dublin Flyer the inside. Couldn't Be Better travelling well. One Man on the outside with the Irishman Imperial Call, followed by Barton Bank, King of the Gales, and Rough Quest is still just lobbing in behind them. The big open ditch at the top of the hill. Imperial Call possibly just landed in front there from Young Hustler. Couldn't Be Better. One Man travelling well. Dublin Flyers under the whip and backpedaling. Rough Quest is improving. Barton Bank pushed along from King of the Gales. The fence at the top of the hill now. Imperial Call and Couldn't Be Better landed as one. One Man back in 3rd place. They're pulling clear of Young Hustler. Then Barton Bank and Rough Quest still under a tight rein in 6th place.
So they head down, swing left-handed to the 4th from home in the Toad Cheltenham Gold Cup with Imperial Call on the outside. Couldn't Be Better, and there goes One Man after him. They're 1, 2 and 3, and Richard Dunwoody holding the aces, but it's Conor O'Dwyer who commits and goes for home now. One Man under a tight rein is coming there strongly under Richard Dunwoody. Back in 3rd place you've got Couldn't Be Better. Don't rule out Rough Quest. Red Cap under Mick Fitzgerald staying on. That was 3 out, and it's Imperial Call pressed on the outside by One Man. They've got just over a quarter of a mile to go and 2 more fences to jump, and it's Ireland plays England, and it's One Man the outside of Imperial Call as they make the final turn, and Imperial Call the inside, and One Man there 1 and 2. Both have stammered it out, and Rough Quest is closing in on them as they come down towards the second last, and Imperial Call looks the stronger now as he comes to take the second last. It's Imperial Call, he's over safely, but Rough Quest is closing in on him. Here goes Rough Quest under Mick Fitzgerald. It's Imperial Call in the lead as they come down towards the final fence, the 22nd and final fence. Imperial Call for Ireland, and what a big leap. Rough Quest is second. One Man is a very tired horse, he doesn't stay as they come up the hill. It's Imperial Call who's going to go and take the race for Ireland. It's Imperial Call and Conor O'Dwyer in his first race of the Gold Cup. He's going to lift an Imperial Call for Fergie Sutherland, and at the post Imperial Call the winner. Rough Quest is second, and couldn't be better. He's going to be staying on for third. Young Hustler and Barton Bank in a photo 4-5. One man drops away to be sixth, but in the end beats King of the Gales, who was seventh. And so the last Irish winner of the Gold Cup was Dawn Run. Now they've got another hero. This is Imperial Call. The colours of Listley Farms Limited, trained in Ireland by Fergie Sutherland. The 9-2 winner under Conor O'Dwyer, who is beaming from ear to ear. Getting a congratulatory cuddle there from Charlie Swan, champion Irish rider, who was on the rank outside of King of the Gales. But there is the hero of the hour. That is Imperial Call, only a 7-year-old, and he's going to be hearing, we're going to be hearing a lot more of Imperial
this week, and perhaps it's symbolic that the Gold Cup should be just the same. An unbelievable victory there for Imperial Call, defeat for one man, but much worse for Monsieur Le Curé. News from Leslie.
Yes, unfortunately, Monsieur Le Curé was a casualty in that race. The only saving grace, if there is one, is that the vet is fairly sure he would have been dead pretty well as soon as he hit the ground, so it would have been very quick. They won't exactly know what the injuries were until the post-mortem's carried out tomorrow, but obviously great sadness to all his many supporters. Of the other horses in the race who ran very, very good races, the jockey's report on Couldn't Be Better from Graham Bradley was that he had in fact lost a front shoe, made a slight mistake at the top of the hill, but in Graham's opinion he finished as close as he could and he was delighted with the way the horse had run. Rough Quest, Mick Fitzgerald, first comment was, well, there's no prizes for finishing second, but having said that, he said coming over the last, he thought it was his race. He ran out of petrol, but he said on that ground the horse has run an absolutely tremendous race. And Chris Maud, as a prep for Young Hustler for the Grand National, pronounced himself very, very pleased indeed, delighted with the way the horse ran, and it's all now on to Aintree.
Gold Cup, 100-1 Cape Cottage Island Phillips, Clare Mann 16-1, Mark Mukaleni Kelly 14-1, Paul Hacking, Call Dawn 92, ridden by the Honourable Dido Harding, Country Tarragon 16-1, Noel Wilson, number 6 Double Silk doesn't take part, Early Dew Trades at 50-1, Dermot Costello, Elegant Lord 72 favourite Ender Bolger, Gould's Gold 66-1, Philippa Jones rides, the Visored Hermes Harvest at 12-1 with Andrew Balding, Holland House is partnered by Charlie Vigers at 10-1, Kerry Orchid Visored 12-1 with Philip Fenton, Blues on Hill 25-1, Tim Mitchell, Mr. Go Lightly is 14-1, ridden by Jane Reed, Proud Son 5-1 and partnered by Sean Malclair. Royal Stream 20-1, Andrew Parker, the Bird O'Donnell 25-1, Tristram Barry and Waterhand 6-1, Polly Curling. That's the lineup.
Got the full Gold Cup 3¼ mile journey. Let's take a betting show.
And Elegant Lord is the 3-1 favourite to make it another winner for Ireland from 4-1. Cool Dawn at 9-2. On 5-1 Proud Son, Waterhand at 6-1. Showing at 10s then on 12s Kerry Orchid, Hermes Harvest and Country Tarragon. 14s Colonial Kelly and Mr. Go Lightly. At 16s Clare Mann, Royal Stream at 20-1 and 25-1 Bar.
Well, it's been a good 3 days for the Irish. Just one more to go to equal the best ever total of 7. Elegant Lord was our eye catcher, the Irish runner. He took Graham's eye. There was money for him down in the ring. There was also money for Andrew Parker's ride, Royal Stream. And Proud Son, well, he was easy to back.
Elegant Lord and Ender Bolger, well, they've won their only Hunter Chase this season. Odds-on favourites at Leopardstown, and one like it. Ender Bolger, very, very experienced Irish rider. In fact, he'd be the most experienced amateur in this whole field.
Yeah, it wasn't much fancied last year in this race. The race went to Fantas and Polly Curlin, who's on Waterhand, unbeaten in 3 runs. But Elegant Lord, tough individual, and he's certainly well fancied here. Been backed quite heavily. A 3-1 shot, as you've just heard. Touchwood always seems a very sound jumper, and it's the Hunter Chasers Gold Cup, if you like, exactly the same course. Quite a few of these jockeys having their first ride here in this race. Beginning to come under starters' orders. One to look out for is the mount of Andrew Baldwin. That's Hermes Harvest in the light blue with the dark blue crossbelts. I think he'll give you a good run for your money.
And best of luck to Miss Dido Harding on Cool Dawn. Dido Harding, as a matter of fact, she's not Miss, she's Mrs. She's married, and she's the granddaughter of Lord Harding, the first chairman of the levy board.
And most important of all, Richard Russell, who's ridden in this race on many occasions. Richard, I hope you're watching. I know you haven't been too well at all recently. And from all of us here, let's wish you a speedy recovery.
Look at that horse that's been kicked.
Yes.
Have a look at it.
Now, let's see how these amateurs behave at the start and whether they can get off. They've got 3 1/4 miles to go, so it's not that needle a matter.
What a hand is being kicked down at the start, and that's being trotted up and down. Polly Curling's man, one of the 3 Richard Barber runners. And the vets are having a look at him. 3 1/4 miles.
All right,
Bellingham
line up
Lords
then,
and white
jockeys.
cap,
Don't
he's
get on
lining
top
in
of the
now.
gate. Don't get on top of it. Get that horse straight. Hang on, sir. Louis. Wait.
And Proud Son with round at the start. Also Holland House a little bit slow to stride. And What a Hand is out the back as well. But it's quite a good pace on early. And Colonial Kelly in the pink colours is up with the pace, and so too Cool Dawn. They're at the first now. And it's Cool Dawn who powers himself. And What a Hand is a faller at the first. Come down towards the second. And Cool Dawn and Hermes Harvest are the first 2 to show. But on the inside, Colonial Kelly making a line of 3. Whereas remaining safely over the second, and it's Cool Dawn who shows the way. Big impressive horse is Cool Dawn. To Hermes Harvest in second place, and then Colonial Kelly inside third. Mr. Go Lightly running in 4 lengths and a half back to Country Tarragon, who's racing 5. On the outside of Country Tarragon is Royal Stream, and they stream away from the stands. Holland House towards the back, so too Proud Son and Lewisham Hill. They swing left-handed and race down the hill towards fence number 3.
And Polly Curling none the worse for her tumble from What a Hand as they jump the next. Cool Dawn, a great jump over it, and a faller Colonial Kelly on the inside. The others do well to avoid the horse and jockey. And Colonial Kelly down there. Cool Dawn the leader from Hermes Harvest in the visor in second place as they race now towards the water. Mr. Go Lightly is in third. Mr. Go Lightly rather ballooned over. Royal Stream next from Clare Man. Elegant Lord is being patiently ridden at the moment by Ender Bolger in about 8th or 9th position, a little off the pace, but a bit closer than he was as they jump the next, which is an open ditch. The leaders stream over. The Bird O'Donnell is right out towards the rear, and it's Cool Dawn that shows the way to Hermes Harvest in second, and then Clare Man now moving up on the inside as they take another, and then Mr. Go Lightly's very close indeed. Country Tarragon nipping up the inside as now they take a slight left-hand turn and head towards another open ditch. Cool Dawn and Dido Harding out in front from Clare Man with the white cap in second place as they take this one. Mr. Go Lightly was next from Hermes Harvest and Country Tarragon, and then Royal Stream back in the field with Early Dew and the grey Kerry Orchid the inside. Proud Son, who was slow to stride, back in the field with Elegant Lord as they climb to the top of the hill. A plain fence Clare Man just heads there. Cool Dawn. Mr. Go Lightly over in third. Hermes Harvest in fourth. A gap then to Country Tarragon, Royal Stream, Early Dew and Kerry Orchid behind those, Elegant Lord.
And so they begin the descent as they cross fence number 9, and it's Clare Man who leads with really jumping boldly on the outside, Cool Dawn. Proud Son made a slight mistake there, but he got away with it, and they descend then having crossed the summit towards fence number 9, and it's going to be Clare Man the leader. Clare Man from Cool Dawn on the outside, these 1 and 2. Then we have Hermes Harvest, and Clare Man jumped a little bit out to his right there. Certainly didn't do any favours to Cool Dawn. Heading towards the next one, and quite a run before they get to it. Clare Man at the head of affairs. To Hermes Harvest, and then Country Tarragon on the inside with the spotted cap, and they make the elbow turn towards the home straight. They've completed a circuit of the course, and this Christie's Foxhunter, and it's Clare Man leading. Clareman with Hermes Harvest on the outside. Cool Dawn widest of all, and through on the inside we have Country Tarragon. Behind these Kerry Orchid, Mr. Go Lightly. Getting a little bit closer now is Lewisden Hill. Gould's Gold not that far away. The Bird O'Donnell is getting into contention as well. Cape Cottage is the one that's tailed off, and at this stage Elegant Lord starts to make ground, but we lost Hermes Harvest there. That was a faller, and this leaves Cool Dawn in front. Cool Dawn going on again with a circuit to go. Mr. Go Lightly in second, Clareman third. Elegant Lord has impressed and improved to go through into fourth place and travelling very well indeed. Behind that one is Country Tarragon racing 5, and behind that one is the Bird O'Donnell, who's making a bit of ground. Cape Cottage is tailed off.
Andrew Balding's okay after his fall from Hermes Harvest. Cape Cottage is tailing off as they head down towards the 13th, and it's Cool Dawn on the outside of Mr. Go Lightly. Mr. Go Lightly rather reached for it. Elegant Lord has moved effortlessly through the field into third place, the green and yellow colours with the white cap. Towards the outside, moving up now, is the Bird O'Donnell, and then Clareman still handy towards the inside from Kerry Orchid the grey. Country Tarragon very awkward over the water jump, and they are followed by Proud Sun. On towards another open ditch. This is fence number 15 of the 22, and it's Cool Dawn out in front. Cool Dawn is over safely from Elegant Lord second, then Clareman, Mr. Go Lightly, Country Tarragon the inside, the Bird O'Donnell towards the outside of the picture there. Kerry Orchid moving up as they jump the next and open ditch. The leader's over. Kerry Orchid blundered. Also a blunder from Lewisden Hill back in the field. They climb towards another plain fence then, and it's Cool Dawn with Clareman on the inside. Elegant Lord waiting to pounce. In fourth is the Bird O'Donnell. They're clear of Mr. Go Lightly and Kerry Orchid as they take the next. Back in the field, Proud Sun, a mistake. Mistake by Early Jews under the whip. Well back now is Lewisden Hill and then Holland House as they now climb towards the next fence, and it's Cool Dawn out in front from Clareman. Cool Dawn a length going into it, jumps it well. Clareman the inside, then Elegant Lord. Back in fourth place is the Bird O'Donnell. Mr. Go Lightly plugging on in fifth. They're clearer, and they're followed by Kerry Orchid in sixth. The leading half dozen are clear of Proud Sun. They start down the hill. Cool Dawn is the one to catch.
And they've got four to jump, and it's Cool Dawn and Dido Harding showing the way. Elegant Lord is in the white cap on the outside and getting closer. The Bird O'Donnell in black colours is coming with a run too. Then behind these comes Kerry Orchid making a ground. Elegant Lord has been switched by Ender Bolger to the inside, but it's still Cool Dawn powering down the hill. This is the third from home in the Christie's Foxhunter, and at it, it's Cool Dawn passed on the inside by Elegant Lord. Elegant Lord takes it up the grey. Kerry Orchid is going after it in second. Cool Dawn the outside third. Clareman is racing in four, but the Irish eyes are smiling because it's Elegant Lord for Ireland in a clear lead with two to jump, and they're heading for home. Cool Dawn is trying to rally. Kerry Orchid is back in third, and then behind these the Bird O'Donnell. Picking up strongly from the back is Proud Sun. They come down towards the second last, and it's Elegant Lord, the favourite, comes to it, pops over it. Cool Dawn's in second, Kerry Orchid third. It's a big race of places, but they've got one to jump for Elegant Lord. He's cleared by 6 lengths coming down to the final fence, and Elegant Lord, the chestnut horse, comes to take it. What a leap! Cool Dawn's in second and Kerry Orchid is in third, and staying on gamely is Holland House, finishing with a flourish, but it's Elegant Lord storming up to the line. The roof is being raised yet again by the Irish. Elegant Lord's going to take it. Elegant Lord wins the Christie's Foxhunter to in second place Cool Dawn, and a desperately close call, photo third between Kerry Orchid and Proud Sun. These in front of Holland House, and behind these came Gould's Gold, and the field trail back to early.